Hello everyone, and welcome to this little VATSIM video that I'm going to make. This is a little surprise video for those of you who are wondering when I'm gonna release another VATSIM full flight. Well, this is in kind of, intermediate VATSIM flight because I'm planning to do another one soon, but this is just a very little one, but I think it's gonna be a lot of fun because I'm gonna be flying the SRA approach in the an event organized by the DutchVACC, the Dutch division of VATSIM. And what they've done, they've organized this non-precision approach night. So all kinds of interesting approaches are available, including the SRA approach, which is an approach where you're basically being talked down by the air traffic controllers down to the runway. So of course it's very interesting. So it's just a mini VATSIM video, basically mini VATSIM full flight. I'm here at the Groningen airport in northern parts of the Netherlands, and what we're going to do is quickly fly to Schiphol. I already heard on the frequency it's quite busy. We're going to call up Amsterdam radar for our clearance here at Ilde airport. It's the other name, the same name for the airport of Groningen. And we'll just make a very short flight, climb to flight level 100 probably, and then we'll execute the SRA approach. And I'm going to be making use of my new CP flight MCP. So before I want to start this flight, first I want to thank all my patrons over at Patreon for supporting me on that page on patreon.com/AviationPro. Thanks a lot for you guys for helping me out, and I hope you will continue to do so. If you want to become a patron of the AviationPro channel, make sure you go over to patreon.com/AviationPro because you can get some great rewards in return for your support, and I'm sure it's a lot of fun, and it allows me to make more of these kind of videos with interesting things about VATSIM, flight simulation and aviation. So if you're interested, please check it out. There's also a link in the description. And I think I'm gonna prepare a lot of the rest of the aircraft before I go on, and prepare the rest of the FMC very quickly, and then we'll just start with the flight. Alright guys, I'll just briefly explain the characteristics of this flight. It's just going to be an empty flight. We're going to fly KLM 7051, the Boeing 737-800 with a new livery. So there's not going to be any passengers aboard, so we're going to be very light, which you can see also in the V speeds. V1 is 112, rotate 112, and V2 is 126. So we're going to set that in the MCP. There we go, 126. And I'll briefly review the departure route for today. We're going to be flying the SID from runway 05. And what it means, we're going to climb straight ahead to the Ilde VOR station, then a right turn to intercept the outbound radio of 157. Then at 8 DME we're going to make another right turn, and then we're going to follow on our route to the Noven 2 Charlie SID, and the Noven 2 Charlie will lead to the ARTIP intersection, which is the initial approach fix for Amsterdam. So basically the end of our SID directly connects with the standard terminal arrival routes, which is of course very handy. So we don't have to worry too much about that. In Amsterdam we're probably going to get factored. Actually we don't have to use any ILS, or basically we don't have to enter anything in the MCP really, because or in the FMC, I'm sorry, because we're not going to use any of those systems anyway, because we're just going to rely on the factoring and the talkdown by the air traffic controller. So I'm sure it will be a lot of fun. Alright, so I'll just turn on the flight directives here, and I'm gonna go to Amsterdam radar. Let's see if we can ask clearance from Amsterdam radar. I'm not sure if there's much use in asking Flightplan Clearance right now, but actually the way it works at the regional airports, or at least most of the regional airports in the Netherlands, is that you ask for startup clearance first of all before you're going to ask for your Flightplan Clearance, and then during the taxi you're going to receive your Flightplan Clearance. So that's just one of those tiny little differences that are that can occur at those small airports like this. So we're first going to ask for startup clearance, but as I can see, I'll just make a screenshot again of the amount of traffic in the area and on the ground there. It's very, very busy. especially on the ground. So I hope we can get through, but let's see what we can get. Okay, so I'll just ask for startup clearance from Amsterdam radar. After this one. Amsterdam radar, goedenavond, KLM 7051 at Groningen, request startup.
7051, goedenavond, startup approved, 05, QNH op Groningen is 1037.
Roger, QNH 1037, Sierra 5 and startup approved, KLM 7051. Okay, QNH 1037 is set already. That's good. And I'm just going to get the ground charge for Groningen. So he said Sierra 5, which is basically... I think he's using the old chart, I'm not sure.
What kind of approach are you requesting?
I think he meant runway 05, but I'm not sure. Because actually the holding point for runway 05 is Sierra 3, and the airport has, of Groningen has received an extended runway. So the runway is a bit longer. Of course it's not updated in this scenery, so... But we'll see. Okay, I guess we can start up our engines. It's been a while ago since I've flown the 737, so bear with me if I make some mistakes. I'm gonna turn the packs off. And we're gonna start number 2 first. So as you can probably hear on the frequency, it's very busy, so that's gonna be will promise of a very busy night and a lot of fun, I hope. Adding fuel. Starting it out. And we're gonna start engine number 1. And adding the fuel. Okay, I think we can ask for taxi clearance. Everyone talking at the same time.
First, 1128, expect to hold at ARTIP.
Holding ARTIP, KLM 128.
And we're departing at ARTIP. That's not a good thing. I hope I can get through. KLM 7051, request taxi.
7051, taxi runway 03. Correction, runway 05.
Yeah, roger, taxi runway 05, KLM 7051. Okay, I think we're good to go. Of course, I shouldn't forget to set the packs and everything. There we go. Engine search is continuous.
Ground 355, hold at ARTIP. Holding it, 1355. 1128, hold that ARTIP. Correctie, receive back, correctie, descent vanaf 140.
Since we're very light,
Confirm not holding an ARTIP.
I barely have to put any thrust in.
Negative, sir.
Ooh, I need brakes already. So Groningen is a very, very small airport. Been there once, and you can actually hear in the little village next to it very well if an aircraft departs. So it's kind of interesting. So a nice regional airport, and this is the NL 2000 scenery. Set flaps 5 for departure. And I should have received my clearance during the taxi, but it hasn't happened yet. It's so busy on the frequency, I can kind of imagine that. So we'll just take it easy and hold at the runway and see if we can get some clearance from air traffic control. Park and brake set. We'll just be patient for now. In the meantime, we can check our controls, because I haven't done so yet. Perfect.
022, confirm maintaining flow 240, you're descending south.
Yes, KLM 1022, we got both engines out and we're like literally falling out of sky.
Right.
Okay, in that case, disconnect from the network, fine. Easy 47542, contact global control 127, decimal 1.
Oh gosh. And KLM 7051 holding short 05 Ilde.
Amsterdam radar, good evening. Radar number 811, flight number 260, and the flight management computer is off order.
It's impossible to get through. KLM 7051.
Contact Amsterdam right first. First radar number 811, contact Amsterdam on 124, decimal 875, fine.
It's too busy. I'll just wait.
Okay, KLM 7051, contact Amsterdam 12487.
124875, KLM 7051. 124875. Apparently I had to open another frequency.
American 72, copy, your speed is 280.
Because it's too busy.
Hoe vaar je?
Amsterdam, goedenavond, KLM 7051, holding short runway 05 at Ilde.
705 on the road, just stay on my short.
Of course.
Goedenavond, KLM 705 on the road, to copy your clearance.
Ready to copy, KLM 7051.
KLM 705 on Cape Amsterdam Schiphol, Nova 2 Charlie departure of runway 05 from SRA 3, scope 4522.
Clear to Schiphol, Nova 2 Charlie departure runway 05, squawk 4522, KLM 7051.
705 on the lead, correct, when ready, runway 05, SRA 3, cleared for takeoff, the winch over there. We even zoeken. Is 060 degrees 9 knots.
Roger, when ready, declared for takeoff runway 05, KLM 7051. And any altitude instruction after departure?
Speed line flight level 70.
Roger, flight level 70, KLM 7051. So I'm talking very quick.
KLM 1, please recycle transponder to 2776.
Okay. We're ready to go, finally. The parking brake is off, and we're gonna slowly enter the runway.
1958, continue present heading is radar heading, descent 5080. Continue present heading level 80, KLM 1958.
Anti-collision lights on.
Proceed direct to ARTIP to join the hold.
Strobe and steady.
Number 200, proceed direct to ARTIP to join the hold.
So there we go. Runway 05.
ARTIP to join the hold.
Set to ARTIP to join the hold. We got 200.
And 56 Lima, speed 250, call approach 121, decimal 2 to change. Speed 250 and 112,
40%.
decimal 1 decimal 2, kilo 56 Lima.
And set takeoff thrust.
Ja, de man 958, descend level 70, to right, to Papa Alpha Mike.
P1 rotate.
Ja, de man 958, high level 70, to right, Papa Alpha Mike.
Balls de breed, gear up.
Ja, de man 121, call Bremen, 12, correction, contact, sorry, stand by.
Gears up.
Dat was een mooie call, hè? De man 121, contact 125, 025, tot dienst.
Level change. Flaps 1.
Sierra uniform 714. Hello, yield 104 for the standby for the landing runway.
So we can take it very easy. No need to rush, flaps up.
Our approach would like vectors if possible.
714, Roger. In that case, would you like a visual approach for the MA36 right?
Pilot 1 is on.
Okay, would you like a radar approach or would you like a visual approach, sir?
Approach, sir, from here in front of us.
Increase speed for a bit.
Confirming our aim approach.
Confirm, sir, SRA approach from the area approach 714.
Okay, sir, SRA approach expected
That's
on
off.
For now, to perform the yield 1 Alpha arrival, hold at ARTIP.
Already gonna set the auto brake for the approach. And let's slowly increase the speed.
Yeah. The effect is 303 and 254 110.
110 for Cactus 303.
And we'll come on, descend 54150.
150, I'm on the
Fever 200, confirm.
So as you can see on the chart, we have this waypoint called Oostier. And we have to be at flight level 70 at that waypoint, so that's why we're not going to climb any further.
20, hold ARTIP, descend to flight level 160.
But we're finally in the air. That's always good. We can leave all the lights on basically. And it's nice and cloudy. Another right turn. It's actually the first time actually using the MCP in a real flight, so for me it's also a bit new, but it feels great. If you want to check out my review, there's a link right here where you can see a review of this product. So we're now just climbing or flying the Nove into Charlie. It's incredibly busy, and that's why it's important to have a good headset, because it's just so horrible. So as you can see, a nice evening sky here in the Netherlands. Alright. It's quiet in this part of the Netherlands, but in Amsterdam it's not.
Uber 200, you are not, please check your navigation. If you are not doing so within the next 2 or 3 minutes, I'm going to kindly ask you to disconnect, because I'm too busy for this.
That's what happens, yeah. Good example of why you need to,
Right to ARTIP, on navigation. Back to ARTIP, the initial approach fix.
know what you're doing with your airplane, how to steer your airplane. I mean, that's very important. It makes things a lot easier for both the pilot and the air traffic controller.
7051, climb to flight level 130, expedite your time until reaching.
Roger, expedite climb to flight level 130, KLM 7051. Okay, so we actually... climbing above our cruise altitude. So I think I'll just use flight level change right now to have a quick climb. And we can even set a max rate of climb.
1447, proceed to ARTIP to hold over there. You're presently about 20 miles southeast of ARTIP.
So we're rocketing out of here. Not sure if this is actually possible in a real aircraft, like having vertical speed of 6,000 feet per minute. Since there are no passengers on board, it's a bit easier. Not sure what the transition level is at Amsterdam. I can try to look it up. There's barely any time to listen to the ATC, so see if I can do it via the VATMap app instead. And we're gonna fly 30 knots or 30 degrees of flaps on 121 knots. And in the meantime, we'll open up the approach start to Amsterdam. But I think we can increase the speed for a bit.
Thank you. Roger. Shamrock 255, descent flight level
130.
And would you like an approach as well?
So we can increase the speed up a bit. And we'll just wait for further instructions. So as you can see on the approach chart, at ARTIP we have to cross set waypoints below flight level 100 and above flight level 70, at maximum speed of 250 knots. So I've just increased the speed a little bit because we're flying above flight level 100, so we're allowed to actually have a speed higher than 250.
Get 705 on, but it's a delay of about 5 minutes to hold at ARTIP, and you may reduce your speed.
Roger, hold at ARTIP and reduce speed, KLM 7051. And this is interesting because this is the first hold in my life. Well, in my life on the VATSIM network, basically. Right turn, inbound course. Inbound course is... No, it's not 224, it is 250. 1 minute, right turn. And in that case we'll move to speed mode. Altitude hold 250. You can take it easy, no need to rush. And yeah, so it's the first time actually holding on the VATSIM network. It's I mean, I've been flying a lot of years on the VATSIM network, but never really during such busy events. Well, busy events, but never necessary to actually fly a holding pattern, so it's kind of interesting. As you can see in the chart, how to enter hold, it's very easy. Enter the FMC. There's an, you know, a prescribed turn you have to make, so a right turn in this case. And we're going to fly a certain entry procedure, so just flying direct to the waypoint and then join from there. And the outbound course is 070, and then so the inbound course you have to enter in the FMC, as you can see, the inbound course right here. So that's just 70 plus 180 is 250 is the inbound course, and then the aircraft will do the rest automatically. So we'll fly it at 250 knots, and we can even reduce speed even further if you want. So delay of 5 minutes, and as you can see on the display there's another airplane right here holding in a pattern. So at this event you're also allowed to do other non-precision approaches, including the NDB approach or whatever VORDME visual. But I want to do the SRA approach because it's the perfect way to use the CP flight MCP and you know, get the real Talkdown like in the old days. So we're nicely flying over at ARTIP. It's in the center of the Netherlands, as you can see. And there should be an ideal speed, best speed under 84.
705 on to be to hold at ARTIP, descend now to 5490.
What you're holding at ARTIP, flight level 90, KLM 7051. And the lag time of this holding pattern is 1 minute. So this is about the straight portion of the holding pattern, which should take 1 minute. So there we go, we're going into another visibility layer in Flight Sim. Kinda like this one though, because it's a bit foggy, probably makes the SRA approach a bit more exciting as well. Flight level 90.
KLM 7051 to right to Papa Alpha Mike, descend flight level 70, the speed 250 knots.
What's your speed? 250 knots, right to Papa Alpha Mike and descend flight level 70, KLM 7051. That's a lot.
And 7051, you got the SRA approach now?
Ja, graag.
Okay, in that case you can expect that and continue.
Alright, we're gonna make a right turn to Papa Alpha Mike. There we go. And we're gonna descend to flight level 70. There we go. So we didn't have to fly the hole that long, luckily. Makes it a bit easier, of course. Nice and blue night sky, I like it.
Continue for now and later on to hold at ARTIP.
So local time right now in the Netherlands 9:30.
Okay, expecting holding at ARTIP KLM 178.
And I guess we can go over to the next frequency pretty soon. I think the air traffic controllers actually like the busy evenings like this. I mean, it doesn't occur that often, so it's always very nice.
KLM 705 on approach 121 decimal 2 tot ziens.
Approach 121.2 KLM 7051, tot ziens, fijne avond.
Amsterdam radar, good evening, Washington, 794, 5 miles out, number 1365, contact the tower, 119 or 225, bye-bye. 1 tower, Sherman 255, descend to flight level 50.
So we're now at approach, which is probably going to guide us to the beginning of the approach of runway 06. Approaching. And I'm only going to call with my call sign because it's ship approach. Goedenavond, KLM 7051.
KLM 7051 for SRA runway 06. Expect some delay, so reduce the speed 180 knots.
What's your reduced speed? 180 knots, KLM 7051.
KLM 7051. Information is Delta Pacific Papa Alpha Mike after heading to 40.
What's your Delta after Papa Alpha Mike heading 240, KLM 7051. Okay, so that's kind of a customary procedure. So they send you, if they vector you for ILS approach or any approach to runway 06 to Papa Alpha Mike, then in the opposite direction to heading 240. And then
Foxtrot information is Delta, expect SRA runway 06.
At some point, of course, that's basically the downwind leg you're flying, and then right turn to the base leg, and then onto final. So it should not take much longer than right now, so that's good. So, well, I'm gonna keep the flaps up, I think, for now. Oh, it's still within limits, I think. I believe there's like a plus and minus 10 knots limit to those little flap indications on the speed tape. Of course, we do not want to burn all that fuel for flying with flap 1 all the time. Well, it's not really necessary. So we'll just do it this way. I'm just going to use heading select. Technically, you could also enter an artificial waypoint in the FMC to fly heading 240 after the Memphis VOR, like fixed bearing distance entry. Yeah, maybe you want to look that up sometime. It's different for each and every FMC, but you know, you kind of have to put in the name of your fix, the 3 identifying letters, then 240 in my case, and then slash the distance you want to fly that. So that way you can basically create your own waypoints from any VOR station. In this case I'm just going to use heading select, makes it a bit more easy. Alright, so we're going to fly the SRA approach, which of course there's not a chart off or anything, so basically I think we're just going to fly the, in case of a misapproach, we're just going to fly the standard procedure as for the ILS approach. I think it makes it a bit more easy. So like, if in case of a misapproach we'll climb straight ahead to 2000 feet on the runway heading of 058, so pretty easy misapproach procedure.
To be sure of the Papa Alpha Mike flying 240.
Yes, so after Papa Alpha Mike heading 240, KLM 7051.
Yeah, bedankt.
And we're basically almost, oh, we're actually on that heading already. Heading select. Yeah. So we're gonna pass Schiphol on our right in a few moments.
KLM 7051, descent flight level 60.
Descent flight level 60, KLM 7051. 60 is set. The auto brake's already set at 2.
Descent to altitude 3000, 1036.
Rest of it is all set. No anti-ice required. So a lot of traffic on the display, as you can see, which is always good to see.
German Sky 816, climb now level 130.
And I hope it's going to be a beautiful landing. And after landing, we'll contact ground on 121.8. So I'm just going to put the ground chart at the radio already. And we're in reserve 6, of course, very close to the apron, so there's not a lot of taxi time. When you're landing at runway 18 right, it's a different story. So we've got 2 tons of fuel left. And we should make it, I think. Next time I'll take a little bit of extra fuel, I guess.
KLM 7051, descent now to flight level 0.
Say again for KLM 7051. You broke up.
7051, descent at transition level 40.
Transition level 40, KLM 7051. Alright. Transition level, I'm gonna put flaps 1, so we can add some more drag. Otherwise we're not descending at all.
KLM 7051, contact arrival 12675.
Contact arrival 12675, KLM 7051.
EG58 Juliet Alpha, reduce speed, 180 knots.
12675. I think it's kind of 12675 though. From what I can see. Arrival, goedenavond, KLM 7051.
KLM 7051, hello, this is surveillance radar approach, runway 06, terminating at 1.5 miles from touchdown, obstacle clearance altitude 570 feet, check your minima.
Roger, KLM 7051. So obstacle clearance 570, that's kind of the minimums for this approach. At that point we should see the runway, but I think the visibility is good enough to carry out a visual approach after the minimums. So I can already set that in there, because I think it's the minimums. I'm not, yeah, it should be. Because obstacle clearance height is kind of the height at which you're sure that you're not hitting any obstacles literally on the ground. So that's kind of the idea. And 6.5 mile from touchdown we're going to be descending. It's kind of normal if you just calculate it. I mean, we're starting at 2,000 feet. For every mile you descend 300 feet, so 6 miles you're already at 800 feet, and at 6.5 miles you're kind of at 2,000 feet, so that's the idea behind it. And I'm already gonna prepare the next
7051, descend to 3000 feet, QNAM 1036.
3000 feet on 1036 KLM 7051. 3000 feet is set and 1036. So I'm not cheating, I'm not gonna put in the ILS frequency. I'm just gonna do it this way. Just update the FMC a little bit at least. That will help. For the missed approach, we'll just direct to runway 06.
KLM 7051, right heading 330, descend to 2000 feet.
Right heading 330, descend 2000 feet, KLM 7051. So it's nice and silent on this frequency. It's a whole lot of difference with center controllers, which are very busy. So thumbs up for them, I guess.
KLM 7051, right heading 090.
Right heading 090, KLM 7051. So right now we're still replying to every instruction the SRA controller gives. Apparently we have to deviate a little. Guess we're not descending fast enough. And there's another
7051, roll out on heading 070.
roll out on heading 070, KLM 7051. There we go. So as you can see, he's already giving a lot of heading instructions compared to normal approaches. I'm just going to set flaps 5 so we can descend a bit quicker.
KLM 7051, turn left heading 060.
Left heading 060, KLM 7051. And the approach speed, let's take 125 knots.
KLM 7051, 10 miles from touchdown, reduce speed as convenient for the approach.
Reduce speed as convenient, KLM 7051. So let's already go to our final approach speed. And we can put the gear down. And flaps 15. Oops. Is that working? Yeah, that's working.
KLM 7051, slightly left of centerline, skirting nicely. You're 8 miles from touchdown, approaching the glide path.
Roger, KLM 7051. Flaps 30.
Traffic.
Oh, there's some traffic close to us. I'm not sure what that traffic is doing there, but...
KLM 7051, turn left heading 058.
Left heading 058, KLM 7051.
KLM 7051, 8 minutes 7 touchdown. Commence descent now to maintain a 3D3 glide path.
Roger, commence descent, KLM 7051. 3-degree glide path, so we're gonna be descending at 700 feet per minute. It's kind of the standard vertical speed to use. And we're now just descending. And I'm going to put the altitudes.
KLM 705
500.
6 miles from touchdown. Altitude passing should be 1,800 feet.
Roger, KLM 7051. So apparently no heading adjustments to be made yet.
KLM 7051 on centerline, heading 058.
Guess we don't have to read back anything. And he also says to us what the altitude should be.
7051, 5 miles from touchdown, altitude passing should be 1,500 feet.
Yeah, that's correct. 1,500. I think he should have said that we should not reply anymore.
KLM 7051, slightly right of centerline, heading 056.
Heading 056. We can already see the runway perfectly.
7051, 4 miles from touchdown, altitude should be 1,200 feet. Check gear down and locked.
Gear down unlocked, KLM 7051. So we're reducing this vertical speed a bit because we're a bit low.
KLM 7051 on centerline, turn right heading 057.
Heading 057 is set.
KLM 7051, 3 miles from touchdown, altitude passing should be 900 feet. Runway 06, your clear to land, wind 060, 9 knots.
Clear to land, runway 06, KLM 7051. Still flying on autopilot.
Approaching minimums.
And at minimums we'll continue.
7051 on centerline, 2 miles from touchdown, altitude passing should be 600 feet.
600, roger. And we just can continue visual now. So,
500.
good talk down.
KLM 7051 on centerline, 1.5 miles from touchdown, altitude passing should be 450 feet. Approach completed, continue visually or go ahead.
Continuing at KLM 7051. So we can turn off the flight director, and I don't know we are using it. And we'll just continue the landing. It's runway 06 here at Amsterdam. Nice headwind.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
There we go. It's a good landing. Continue manual braking. And we'll switch to the ground frequency. There we are, Alpha 2. And this should be Sierra 3. Of course I'm gonna have the taxi lights on if they're available. I'm not seeing them, not sure what's going on there. Well, we can do without them. Okay, going to ground. Grond, goedenavond, KLM 7051, vacated runway 06.
KLM 7051, hello, taxi to gate Charlie 4.
Taxi to gate Charlie 4, KLM 7051. Charlie 4, okay. We'll enter via Alpha 4 then. Not sure why my taxi light's not working. Could be something with the scenery, I'm not sure. But it's not really necessary, so we're at Alpha 3. It's a very short taxi route, as you can see. So that makes it very easy. Flaps are up. On brake off. Not sure why this is not working. I'm gonna put that to standby. It's now in test mode.
TCAS system test okay.
So, that's a very quick arrival. Charlie 4 is the most inner gate of this Charlie pier. I'm just starting up the APU. So that was a nice landing and a nice SRA approach.
We're on Delta 3, shutting down I think your ATC route.
Thank you for flying and unless you think bye.
Right.
Let's see. Oh, there the line is. Small gate. And it was nice to have all those heading instructions. It would have been even nicer if there was some kind of nice crosswind, because then a lot of adjustment would have to be made. But it was a fun experience, something else than a regular old ILS approach. And there we go. Picture set. Let the APU take over and we'll shut the engines down. So we're pretty low on fuel because we had to hold. I'll leave one pack on. Engine bleeds off. There we go. So there we are. A mini VATSIM flight, although it probably will not be that mini as I thought, because it was very busy. I'll just say goodbye to the controller.
Welcome, thank you for flying, bye-bye.
En KLM 7051 is also on the box. Bedankt en tot ziens.
Ja, bedankt voor nou.
We'll just go to some kind of random frequency where nobody is. There we go. Okay. So, that was nice. A nice approach into Amsterdam. Good weather. Unfortunately, the departure took a bit long. I mean, started recording this video already quite some time ago, but due to the delay I had to burn a lot of fuel at the runway. Of course, some extra fuel in the hold, but we've made it. There's still plenty left and no issues or anything. If we had to make it go around, it would have been more of an issue. Then we probably have landed in other runway or something, but it all worked out fine. And what matters is, of course, the SRA approach, which was very nice to do. Yeah, so thanks for watching this little VATSIM flight. I hope you liked it. It was just a very short one this time, but I promise I will produce another one which is a bit longer and more detailed than this one. But I thought it would be nice to share with you this SRA approach thing, of course. So if you like this video, please give it a like and a share. It's always much appreciated. If you want me to produce more of these VATSIM videos and training videos, anything related to VATSIM, flight simulation or aviation, check out my Patreon page over at patreon.com/AviationPro. There's a link in the description. And if you become my patron for a certain amount per month, then you can get some great rewards in return for your support. Also check out my latest VATSIM video from Memphis to Atlanta on the other side of the pond. It was made about 3 months ago. Also a very interesting flight, which was also a very busy landing in Atlanta. So I'm sure you will enjoy that. But anyways, this was also a very fun flight to do, nice and short, and I hope you guys liked it. So thanks for watching. I will see you on the next VATSIM video pretty soon already again. And I'm not sure yet where that will be, but of course I'll keep you tuned on that, and my patrons over at Patreon will get some extra details about the videos I'm making when I'll be flying on VATSIM. So if you want to check that out, you can already become a patron on Patreon for only $1 per month, for example, to help me, to support me, and to allow me to make more of these videos, and to continue sharing my passion for aviation. There's also a little video where I explain what Patreon exactly is and what your benefit is. So make sure you check that out. For now, I'd like to thank you for your attention, for watching this video, and I hope to see you next time.